Hey everyone, this is Ankur Warikoo. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm GlobalSpa, Fit and Fab. My fitness mantra is a daily workout and focus on nutrition. My wellness philosophy is that one needs to take care of their mental well-being just as much as they take care of their physical well-being, because that determines almost everything you experience in life. My fitness regime starts very early in the morning. I do 30 minutes of meditation, and that's towards my mental well-being. I read a lot, which I think also titillates my intellectual curiosity to a great extent. And then I go and play tennis for an hour. That's my go-to sport. It's every single day. And then 45 to 50 minutes of workout, which is strength training. Then I follow it up with doses and doses of protein, both natural and in form. And that is where my day ends. I'm a very early sleeper and a very early riser. So 7 to 8 hours of sleep is also mandatory for the entire well-being. I'm a vegetarian, and that's by choice. I have a whole lot of protein. I remember a time when my food was almost nearly fat and carbs, and I didn't know as much as I know today. Today, almost 40 to 50% of my macronutrients are protein, if not more, and then followed by carbs and followed by fat. I consume a lot of natural protein, fiber, also take whey protein, have as much of tofu and paneer and of course dal and tempeh and all that I can. We very rarely eat out. We don't order in. We very rarely eat anything that is processed. Almost all of our food is organic. All of our vegetables are grown on our farm itself. So we are very conscious of the kind of food that we put into our body, and that's helped tremendously over the last 10 plus years. So Help Club is an anonymous destination for seeking and giving help. And the big reason why we wanted to first create something around help is because help is frankly the only way that anyone can succeed. Nobody can win on their own, and they'll always rely on others to do so. But asking for help and also giving help, particularly in our culture, is not very easy. We're always thinking, is this a dumb question to ask? Will I be too stupid to ask this? How will people look at me? How will they judge me? And then when you're also giving help, it almost feels like, no, this is just too easy. It's too commonsensical. It's too obvious. Should I even say it? Then there are, of course, things that you want to say, but you can't attach your name to it, because if you do, then it may have repercussions, maybe professionally, personally. So we felt that the combination of anonymity and help could be very interesting, and that's why Help Club. People can, without any doubt and any hesitation, ask for anything on their mind, and people without any hesitation can also reply and help. And it's been very well received. We're also expanding this now to confessions and to journaling, because we realized that a lot of people valued this safe space of anonymity where they could just genuinely just share whatever was on their mind. And I like how the entire concept is taking a shape and form of its own. Failure is a muscle. Nobody is born with the understanding of how to deal with failure. When we are very young, are trying to learn to walk, we fall, we maybe cry, we get up, we try again, we fall, we get up, and then eventually we learn how to walk. That's the same thing when we rode our first bicycle. We fell, we got up, rode it again, and that's how we learned it. But unfortunately, as we grow up, we forget the fact that falling is an important part of learning. That's the exact same way that we learned ever since we were a child. But as an adult, we expect that we should learn without falling, without failing, and that's never going to happen. There are egos attached. We are always thinking about how people will judge us. We don't want to be seen a certain way in a crowd. And I think that the resilience of failing will come when you genuinely recognize that failure is a necessary step towards learning anything new in life. You have to become a noob. You have to be a newbie to learn anything new. And that will mean that you will struggle in the beginning. It will mean that you will falter, that you will fail. People may even judge you. But that has to be the chasm, if you will, that you have to cross for you to get to that point that you have to. And that's why I say the best way to deal with failure is to practice failing. Do something every single day that you know you will fail at, but the cost of that failure is very low. For example, go and ask somebody for 500 rupees who's a complete stranger. They'll most likely reject you. But that experience that you will process how that rejection deals is what will shape you up. Go and ask for your boss or a manager a really big initiative that you perhaps know you will not get, but at least go and do that. Go and speak in front of a crowd. Go and walk up to a stranger and introduce yourself. Things that you're really scared of, things that you hesitate to do. If you were to do it on a daily basis, you would set yourself up in the discipline of learning how to deal with failure. And then the next failure, when it happens, whenever it happens, you will know how to deal with it. Absolutely. I feel that physical is simply a manifestation of how you feel within. Your willingness to work out, your willingness to eat right, your willingness to hit the gym or to play a sport, all of that is a function of your energy level, it's your emotional well-being, it's how you feel in that moment. So very often when people say, I don't have the time to do something, they're basically saying, I don't have the energy to do something. We all have the same 24 hours, so it's not that somebody miraculously has pulled up more hours in their day. It's just a function of their energy, and energy will be determined by so many things. It's the environment that you keep, the family that you're surrounded by, the friends that you're surrounded by, the colleagues that you're surrounded by, the content that you're surrounded by. All of that will have a direct impact on how you feel every single day, and most of it is frankly your choice. While you may not be able to choose who your family is, you can certainly choose who your friends are, the content you follow, the creators that you consume their content of, and all of that will either make you feel super shitty about your life, that you're inadequate, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not sexy enough, that you're not well built, that you're not doing this, that you're not doing that, or will make you feel like you have it in you, that it's just a matter of time, that everyone goes through a hard time and everyone struggles and everyone fails, but eventually everyone gets there if they persist. So I would highly recommend that please do not assume that physical fitness is the epitome of fitness. It isn't. It's a very small part, and more often than not, just a side effect of your mental fitness. There's just one, and that is persistence. I've often said this, last man standing is a strategy. It's not a way of doing things. It's actually a way of winning. I remember in 2020, when we were in the peak of COVID, there were so many people who started creating content. There were so many people who started running these webinars. Every single day, there was this deluge of things that people were trying to teach. And I tweeted at that point of time, it doesn't matter who's creating content right now. What matters is that when all of this will be over, who will still be creating content? And that determines success. It is not that somebody comes up with a completely innovative idea that nobody has thought of. There are no new ideas in the world. We all stand on the shoulders of others. But the ones who win are the ones who see through those ideas irrespective of the pitfalls, the failures, because that's what it takes to win. Meditation. I have been meditating for nearly 8+ years now. I haven't skipped a single day in the last 4.5 years. I meditate every day for 30 minutes. This is not guided. I'm just listening to the sounds of birds and water and air, and I'm just with my thoughts. And one big misconception about meditation is that it helps you control your emotions or your thoughts. No, nobody and nothing can help you control or manage your emotions or your thoughts. They are not voluntary. They will come by their own choice, leave by their own choice. The only thing that you can do is to be aware of them. The only thing that you can do is to recognize that you're feeling angry, that you're feeling jealous, that you're feeling envy, that you're feeling anxiety, and be an observer of that emotion as against being a participant of that emotion. So if you're feeling anxious, don't have to become anxious. You can actually dissociate yourself and see your own self feeling anxiety and then letting that pass away. It sounds magic or almost just figment of imagination if you haven't experienced it, but this is one game changer. I would highly encourage. Don't think of meditation as some faith-based thing or some religious thing. It is simply you spending time with your emotions, with your thoughts, because when was the last time you spent 5 minutes with yourself without anything? I don't think there was ever any moment in my life when I thought that I would ever win a fitness award. This is, it's not even in my wildest dreams. For the first 32 years of my life, lived a life where I genuinely just ill-treated my body. I ate shit. I ate whenever I wanted to. I did not eat what I should have eaten. I slept odd hours. I did not pay respect to my body. And then I went through a surgery and life hit me hard, and I was on bed rest for 3 months, on crutches for 5 months. And that's when everything changed. And I realized how important this is, because frankly, this is the only thing we have. If we don't have our body, if we don't have our mind, we don't have anything in life. And all that we're fighting for, and all the hustle that we go through, is simply to have a body and a mind that cooperates with you and is your best friend. So I am firstly truly humbled to be here, and I am absolutely thrilled to be receiving this award, because as I said, not in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine myself to be even close to the word fitness in any way. I love my life and I love how I treat my body now, and it feels wonderful that somebody else recognizes and acknowledges that. So thank you, GlobalSpa, and thank you for having me.